Right, everyone, we are back with CPR for an infant. Sorry, I'm bending down so that I can see a little bit into the video. So we have gone over our steps for adult and child, and now we are moving on to infant. So in adult and child, we want to make sure in order to give effective CPR, we get them on a flat, firm surface. So you noticed in my first two videos, we were on the floor. So again, getting them on a flat, firm surface. So when we are dealing with an infant, so again, less than a year old, we want to get them on a raised surface. So we're thinking about a raised surface. So I have this baby on my table. So again, supporting the head and neck. If they were on the ground, we're going to support the head and neck and get them up on a raised surface. So again, before I do any of that, I want to make sure that I have my gloves on. I've got my face shield close by. So I've got my personal protective equipment. I've also checked the scene and I've identified myself and my level of training to the parent or guardian. So once I've done that, I've been given consent, then I'm able to get the infant from the parent or guardian, or perhaps off the floor or onto a raised surface supporting their head and neck. So once I get them on a raised surface, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check for responsiveness. So with an infant, you can still tap the shoulder or you can flick the bottom of one of their feet. So again, tap or flick to check for responsiveness. Not responsive, again, direct order to parent or guardian, hey, go call 911, get me an AED or a bystander. So again, we're going to check, and I'm going to go ahead and stand up so I can be in ready position. So we're going to check for breathing 5 to 10 seconds as we scan the rest of the body. Okay, and they're not breathing. We're going to start with 30 chest thrusts. So one hand on the forehead, again, center of the chest. We're going to place 2 to 3 fingers straight up and down in order to give chest thrusts. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 10. So again, we're going to 30 and we want to make sure that our depth is at least 1.5 inches deep. Okay, and our rate of compressions for adult, child, and infant should be 100 to 120 compressions. Okay, then we're going to take our face shield. And with an infant, you'll quickly notice that we don't have to even tilt back. Like for an adult, we have to go past neutral, child slightly past neutral, and for an infant, you are at neutral. When you get ready to blow in, instead of taking the hand off the forehead to pinch the nose like we do for adult and child, your mouth is now going to seal their nose and mouth when you blow. So again, you are blowing in for at least 1 second, allowing the chest to rise and come back. So I'm still keeping my hand, my 2 fingers here at the chin, 1 hand here. I just don't have to remove it now because my mouth will seal their mouth and nose. And again, we keep doing this until one of the reasons as to why we'd stop giving care. So the infant becomes conscious, an AED arrives, EMS arrives, the scene becomes unsafe, or too exhausted to continue. So again, make sure that when we are doing chest thrusts, you want to keep 1 hand on the forehead, 2 to 3 fingers straight up and down. Again, when we blow in our rescue breaths, we no longer have to pinch the nose because our mouth now seals their mouth and nose because their face is a lot smaller. So again, we're looking at 1.5 inches deep on our chest thrust. And for compression rate, we're same thing for adult, child, and infant. We're looking at 100 to 120 compressions per minute. So again, 30 chest thrusts, 2 rescue breaths equal 1 cycle. And you keep doing that until one of the reasons as to why we'd stop giving care.